Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here again with a Node Alliance War video. This is for Node 40. This is at the end of Tier 2 on the left side on Path 1. And this fight features Buffet and Lionheart. So with the Lionheart, you really need somebody that can deal damage, potentially heal block, but not do it via petrify. So here I'm starting out with a human torch. I do put on the pre-fight, which is going to put those passive Nova Flames on, so he is not going to trigger Lionheart on me, except at the very, very beginning, because this guy is running suicides, that poison ends up triggering Lionheart. So if there's a guy with suicides on, just guarantee that that's just unavoidable damage that you're gonna have to take. And it takes about 10% of your health, depending on what kind of champ you got and what rank they are in. And here, this guy, he just was not playing well with me, and I end up pushing him to L3, and I'm just trying to block hard and see if I can't get him to just keep fighting before he throws an L3. He does throw an L3. Luckily, this guy is only a rank 4 5-star. I get L3'd. I'm like, oof, that was close. And he's still got those power gains on him. I throw an L1. It doesn't finish him, and he gets back to an L3. Luckily, I get him down. That was way too close. Did have the adrenaline heal, so I got a chunk of my health back, which was good. Next up, we have a Magik. This is only a rank 4 as well, low sig. So I'm just gonna go in with Torch, and it looks like this war was not a. This was in Tier 4. It doesn't have Lionheart, so it just has Buffet, so I didn't have to utilize the pre-fight. And here I'm just doing some quick parries and a couple like mediums or lights, medium like medium, build up some smolder, and before she can even think about throwing a special, she is dead. And that's how a lot of these fights can go down with Human Torch, especially with Nova Flame active, is they can just get blitzed. Here we have a Blade. This is a rank 5. And I'm going to go in with Warlock on this one. And at first, you're going to get that Buffet triggered from Warlock's armor up. But what I try to do is, except I didn't do it there, is I try to get a Dex so that the Buffet will eat up the Dex, and then you can get your armor back. There I was able to Dex. Now that armor is going to be up, and it's going to be permanent, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. Because with Infection up, even if I do trigger Buffet, it is going to basically help me a little bit. It won't heal him. With the heal, because I have Infection, it will power drain him a little bit and degen him. And basically, I'm just going to try to do a lot of like parry heavy, because you can get those bleeds. And I can't remember. I didn't look at this at the very beginning. Looks like I'm not doing any parry heavies. And I'm just going for the L2s. But if you put on some bleeds, looks like this guy's does not have willpower. That's probably why I stopped doing the parry heavy, just because you're not going to get the extra degen and power drain that you would if that guy was running willpower. But goes down pretty clean, 51-0. We're going to move on to this next fight. We got an Iron Man Infinity War. Now, generally, it depends on the matchup and whatnot. This one looks like I'm going in with Void, which if you look at the node, this one is also a tier 4. So a couple of these ones were tier 4 early on, and they don't have the Lionheart on. It just has like Buffet. So Void is an excellent option. And this is a stubborn war, so Void gets those perfect block passive buffs on him, which helps a lot with the chip damage. And with this fight, this is just like a normal buffet fight, which Void just loves because you can reverse that. But it does have the Indomitable, I believe. Let's see when I get another buff up if it blocks me. Because I believe it doesn't matter what tier you're in. Yeah, it does have the Indomitable. So you can't reverse it, but you can block it. And then once you pretty much have those debuffs up, it's permanently blocked, at least with the Magik Void. And just slowly I'm going to let those IP debuffs do their magical work and just suck this dude dry. And then just at the end, just make sure you're ready for that 15% to be ready for heavies. Otherwise, you can really get smacked in the face. And there we go, and he is down. That's a pretty simple one. And I do believe I have another Iron Man Infinity War that does have the Lionheart, and I think I use Thing. Here we have an Annihilus. This guy is kind of a pain in the butt. He's not awakened. Looks like I'm putting on some boost because I'm going to be hitting up a bunch. I typically hit up a bunch of these fights all at once with a couple of the mini bosses. I got 5 out of 5 energy at the moment. So here I'm going in. And the one nice thing with Thing is that he cannot be armor broke. He can get that little hand slap icon, and man, I'm getting worked right now. But here I get out of the corner. I do hit him with an L1. The L1 does nullify Annihilus's rod, which is good because then he can't get those unstoppables. But even so, Thing, he's got that that blue passive buff up that can allow him to nullify unstoppables. And so, and additionally, Thing, he cannot be nullified. So buffet means nothing to Thing, which is pretty cool. So I actually do use him in a number of fights this season, just because you can just build up your Furies and play pretty normal generally, and not really have to worry about them healing back up at all. So he is an excellent champ for dealing with the Lionheart part of this and the buffet, just because you can pretty much play normal fight. There's probably only a few matchups that he wouldn't do well on. I think I'd take an Elsa, or maybe that's in the off season that I had, and that'll be in the next Node 40 video. But like an Elsa with suicides, you wouldn't want to potentially take that. I mean, you could. But you're going to take the Indomitable Lionheart degen at the beginning, and then because she's bleeding, you're going to be taking the degen, so it's going to be pretty significant. But anyways, Thing goes down. So after that rough start, I'm able to recover and take him out. And next up, we got a Doom. Now with Doom, Thing is an option to use. On this one, I think I have another one in this video. On this one, I'm going to use Torch. And you can see I'm backing out. I applied the pre-fight, I backed out. There was a bug, there is still currently a bug in Alliance War where you can apply a pre-fight, whether it's Torch, Stealth Spidey, some other champs, Storm Pyramid X, where it doesn't get applied. So you really need to make sure that after you apply it, that you like back out. Sometimes you have to back out all the way out of the war menu and the map, because if I went in here with just regular incinerates, I would have gotten melted from the Lionheart. So here I'm just I got a regen boost on to help with some of the chip damage that I'm going to take from L1s. and I'm just playing really slow, trying to get a bunch of smolders built up, and then let those incinerates do their work. He only throws one special and he goes down. Now that was not a stubborn war, so it's going to be a little bit different. You have to dex a few times, but Torch does the job with the Nova Flames, Flame On. Here we have a Thing, and he's only Sig 80, so he's not going to mitigate a lot of that damage when he gets up his protection. But for this guy, I'm just going to go Thing versus Thing. Going to heal up a little bit because looks like I took some damage. I think that was probably from like EMP or maybe the Power Snack node. Heal up a little bit, and we're going to go in, and we're just going to Thing versus Thing, Buffet, Lionheart. And once I get rock stacks built and build up those Furies, he's going to be doing some reasonable damage. And just going to make sure that I pay attention to his rock stacks and then have him throw specials. And then there shouldn't be any problem. So this is, I don't believe this is a stubborn war. Let's see if I can trigger Dex. Well, no, it is a stubborn war because I'm getting those perfect block passives. And you know, even if I do trigger Dex, because I got parries, and as long as he's not like totally unblockable, just get away from those the special part, and then I can get my parry in. And here I'm gonna try to get him to throw. I'm gonna try to push him to 15 stacks, and I gotta get him to throw a stinking special. He's almost at 3 bars. There we go. You see, just like little by little, he's going down. I've done some damage when the indestructible is up. Not a big deal. Just make sure that you just keep on those 15 rock stacks and you push them to the specials. So I'm at 56 now. It's 50% down. And there I probably should have went into a combo to get like some spacing and stuff, but I tried to like bait out a heavy and try to dex it, which I failed. So I took a little bit of damage. But you can see this guy's going down. He's been quite stubborn, pun intended, with throwing his specials quickly. But you can just see like, boom, you can get a carry off, remove the stubborn, and then just go to town. So again, Thing is a really good option for this node for a lot of the stuff that's on path 1, which is all on the right side. Him paired with Torch, there's just really not a lot of stuff that will stop them. And if there is, you got your third guy, and you got your alliance mates to help clean up whatever else is needed. So there we got Thing down. Now here we have a Korg, and this is a Lionheart stubborn war. So this is like tier 3 or tier 2. So I go in, back out, make sure that the Flame On actually gets applied. It does, so that's good. And I'm just going to go in. The Thorns damage doesn't really matter for Torch because all of his attacks are energy attacks. Therefore, it doesn't matter what attack I'm hitting him with. I will not trigger Thorns damage. Now here, though, he does have suicide, so I do take some Lionheart damage to start this off, which I think I was expecting. I think I did check the profile. But man, look at that. Look at that heal. The heal on the buffet is nuts, okay? I do get the clean dex on that, which was nice. He's down to 40%. I dex, boom. That gave him 20% health, went from 40 to 69% or whatever. Dex again, boom, shoots back up. He's back up to 80%. And I'm just like, so I think after a few of those, I'm like, I'm just going to block those L1s just because it's not going to hurt that much. And I think this doesn't kill him. We'll see. I can't remember. But I should have just been blocking those L1s to begin with and make sure that he doesn't have more than one of his rock stacks. Oh, he dies from all the Nova Flames and incinerates, but he goes down. Could have been cleaner. Probably could have been faster if I just had made sure that he didn't have his rock stack stuff up to where he would have an unblockable L1. I can just block it. Here we got a Magneto, and you can see I applied the flame on. I backed all the way out. This is just double checking because I got screwed over on a boss attempt where I applied pre-fight and it didn't apply. So again, this guy's got suicides, so that poison gives me Lionheart. I do have a regen boost on, so it's going to help offset all that damage. I think this was a rank 3 Magneto, and the damage that I took was quite significant. Blocking that so I don't trigger Dex, and boom. So he throws one special, block the one special, torch just totally melts pretty much anybody that gets put on that node when you throw on the Nova Flame. And just block, where you can, block, don't Dex. Here we have a Iron Man Infinity War, and you can see I already used my pre-fight with Torch. And then this one, it's stubborn, so I'm getting the benefit when I'm using Thing to get those perfect block chances. And he gets his 4 armors quick, so I'm watching that, do a heavy to make sure that I don't get auto blocked. And while the damage is very, very little, I hit him 13 times, he's got 3%. Most of that's because the damage was mitigated from all that armor, but Thing will do his thing, which is a slow ramp up, and with Torch, the Furies ramp up actually pretty quick, because every time you block at 20, whether it's a parry or it's a regular block, you're going to convert those immediately over to Furies. You see I got 30 rock stacks. I hit him with an L3. He's at 82%. Let's see what this takes him down. There's 5. There's another almost 5. And boom. So it took 20% off. And I should have just went in and just started hammering on him because he was still stunned. And I have the unblockable, the unstoppable. But normally I don't use that to maybe the most of my advantage, just because I like to play it safe. And sometimes, I forget. I'm like, did I stun him? And am I gonna have enough time? And even if he hit me, even though I'm unstoppable and unblockable, I just don't want to take that extra damage. But yeah, so if you just play nice and smooth and slow, this dude's gonna go down. And you can see he's going down pretty quick, getting some good damage off now with 60 Furies. And we are almost back up to an L3. We throw an L2, and we throw off a heavy, and I'm like, oh, is this guy gonna go to L3? Nope, he goes to L2. That's good. And throw another special. And I miss dexing that last one. It's not that bad though. It didn't take too much damage. And just heavy. We're in that last 15%. Heavy. He's gone. So I took 15%. It's 14% health off of myself. Not too bad. I'll take it. All right, we have another Doom. So this says at Lionheart. So Void is not an option. Torch. I could use Torch. I think I might have already used the pre-fight. And in Season 20, you get those perfect block passes, which helps significantly with going up against somebody like Doom. Now you don't get that anymore in Season 21, where they changed it, where you build up destructible charges that basically eat up the indestructibles. So I can take a lot more blocks than normal, just because the damage is going to be minimized. And so you can see here what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure that when I hit this dude, it hurts the most. And here we go. We're going to push him to an L2. So now I have 60 Furies. I need to make sure that this dude throws a special. There we go. Dex the first part, and I totally miss the dex out of the last part. Normally I'm okay, but sometimes not. So I'm like, crap, 22%. Like, I need to make sure that whatever damage that I do, that it hurts this dude, because I don't have a lot to deal with. You can see I got clipped by the end of that because it triggered the unstoppable. Now I'm at 18%. And I'm just like, dude, I don't want to see any more special twos, because normally I dex the first part, block the second, and then dex out of the last part of the beam. That's how I feel comfortable with dexing L1. There I get clipped slightly again. I do have my rock stacks built up, so minimal damage, but now I'm at 11%. I'm like, I keep getting just like barely clipped, and I'm like, crap. And he's at 50%. This is like, crap. I gotta make sure whatever I do, it counts. So I'm trying to make sure that he throws his special. I get clipped again. I mean, my dexing on the L1 and just on this guy is not good at all. And you can see, like, okay, I trigger dex, which means he's got an indestructible, which means I gotta block again. Evade that L1 cleanly this time. Boom, I'm going to town. I gotta dex this again, which means I gotta block again, and I'm like, crap. And so I think right here, I parry him. I have 2%. I give him one hit. I know that I'm gonna come out with 20 rock stacks is gonna come out with unstoppable and unblockable. He's still gonna be stunned, and I'm just gonna rush him and hope that I have enough damage, and I do, to finish him off. So that was a pretty sketchy fight. Super happy that I was able to get it out, take Doom down. I got hit way too many times, got clipped by the specials way too many times, but that was a fun fight. Here we got an Iron Man Infinity War. I'm boosted up a ton because I'm hitting, at least 5 fights in a row with a couple mini bosses. That's how I typically do it. Throw on the regen boost so I can get some health back on this thing, and we're just going back in. So this is basically similar fight to the one before Iron Man Infinity War. He's got nothing special. He's not stubborn, and so I can just kind of play normal. Buffet's not going to trigger. Indomitable is not going to come into play, and Lionheart in this fight, and I'm just going to hit him with L2s and L3s, and he's just going to go down. So I got 41 Furies in the first 40 seconds, and we're going to get to 60 here pretty quick. And just as long as you're paying attention to his armor ups, make sure that you don't push him over to 4 and be like in the middle of your combo, and then you get auto blocked and stunned and then hit. You should be good to go. So there I got my 60 Furies. He's almost halfway down, just over a minute in, and yeah, the damage with Thing is good. Can't be nullified. He's just a really good option for this fight. You know, and another champ is very similar. Would be like Red Guardian. I have him as a rank 3 5-star awakened. At some point I'll probably be taking him up. There's lots of resources that need to be properly allocated. But he may be coming up at some point. I just have a lot of science champs that I really like and enjoy. But yeah, so here I'm about to push him over to the 15%. I'm being careful, and boom, heavy him. He didn't get pushed down past that 15%. Gonna heavy him again. Okay, so now he's at 15, under 15%. He's gonna be getting that armor and the power gain like crazy. And I'm just gonna wait that stuff out. Heavy him, boom. Another special. And then this probably should finish him off. Nope, not yet. Didn't get any good crits on that. And I go from the heavy straight into the L2 and kill him. So that's all the wars from this season 20. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out, fellas.